take a par on that hole. Now tied for the best round on the course or on this qualifier, 27 under. So
that'll be good for him going into that last course, having that positive momentum.
So his qualifier right now, 31, 24, 28, 27. So that Lexington Staples round was about a 5, maybe 6 off.
Yeah, that's tough.
And they gained 3 up the back from Robert Riley's round. So this is going to be a very tight qualifier as we get down to the nitty gritty this evening.
See what these gentlemen can produce here for hole 18. You know, the one thing that's like, it's tough after all those potential swing hole, drivable holes, and you get to 18, you're like, damn, I wish this was drivable too, because the course just has so much flexibility.
And we've seen guys get there, they want to drive it up there as far as they can and give themselves a chip. And I think Jordan is kind of in that range. But a lot of guys where you see Mark Gomez right now, he wants to play a full end because he thinks it's the best way for him to attack the hole. Thumbs out with the super spin. Well played. And that's probably the best shot I've seen so far on 18. Nobody's really getting close outside of Chopper. Chopper had a good 8-wood chip. But here's Jordan Cook, who has not had this best round, really hasn't made a lot. And this is the course he kind of needed. So at least finish this one off with a good thought.
Yeah, I know we talked about it a lot. One of those players that will try to quick chip for long distances, not something we typically see. Other players do. One maybe will get that one, but that's right.
Starting off with JWAY, Kurt Stemper, Matt Cavanaugh, 2 quick chippers, and Matt Cavanaugh, who will play just your standard run-of-the-mud golden tee, the same way he's played for 20 years. Not a whole lot's changed for him outside of the golf ball he plays now.
Yeah, you know, CJ not having the greatest round last course. So he's going to be one of those guys that's going to look kind of follow Adam Harris' blueprint of getting some of those struggling. Right.
Only 3 quarters, third course, finishing up Lexington. So I'm sorry, Sahara, which James Hayden, 40 Brown, Matt Woods, 4 holes remaining for them.
How's Gordy Brown looking?
Gordy started off the day strong with a.
Teeing it up is golfer 1.
Trying to find it here. Started off the day strong, 32-29, but he's only 18 after 14. You know, on the era.
That is
tough break. Where Matt Woods is 23 after 14. Having been solid round. Also, started out 30-27. So as Steve Supple informed us, 58 was the cut after 2 courses. Matt Woods is in this conversation.
That is excellent.
The Toy Story having a great day. You go down to Toy Story 2. That's James Hickey, 31, 29, and now 23 after 14. Keep it together, and then they will take on their TBC River Highlands look as well.
Ready to tee it off here is
Love the way Kavanaugh ran up there, probably similar to nice little 8.5. Don't worry about those trees. Still looking to see a par 4 home run here on this court.
Check in 22. World champion Paul Anthony Luna, 32, 27, minus 30, and then a 24. Kind of a low score for him on TBC River Highlands. Look, it's not like he lost a lot. The field averaging 25 to 26.
Yeah, I wonder if he had a couple of mistakes running, trying to chip in on some of these shorter holes.
You know, I mean, if they're not falling for you, then 25 is going to be your destiny.
All right, let's see if anybody can do what Harris did, getting Eagle here on hole 3 going 6.
So, question. I would like to Jordan Cook, we could call him 30-29, opened up his qualifier grade 24-23 his last two rounds.
For one.
We'll need a monster round to make this cut.
Yeah, and that's where I think the fact that Rocky was the last course in this qualifier is just so self
Whoa, look
that
at
thing.
this. What
Because it was one of those early, uh, early in the last 10 years era of Golden Tee courses that were really scoreable. You know, we had that block 2011, 2012, 13, 14, where courses were very tough. And I remember for 2015, Rocky and what was it, like Turtle, I believe was another fun one, but Rocky, I think that was one of my
gotta be happy with this.
very first like 33 unders was on Rocky Hollow. And with some of these new tees that Jim and the course team worked on in the last couple of years, it looks better. You know, it looks better than ever in the sense of scoreability.
I would, and starting Rocky Hollow right now, the final course of the day for JWAY and Jordan Cook, they're getting their final round.
Go!
Oh, come on.
Guys have said openly that the most played course of all time is mine. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean it's because it's got a handful of full more years. I would say number two is probably Rattlesnake Ridge.
You think Rattlesnake is? Okay.
I think so.
All right. I was curious what Rocky can bring back. I feel like, especially in the brief period
Chill.
where we had progressive daily contest pods,
Rough, Jimmy.
that the Rocky Hollow pod would get up pretty high.
Yeah, I do. We reminisce about those days. You know, it's never possibility really got a couple of tricks up our sleeves for the daily contest coming up with Golden Sea 2026. Not that in particular, but some things that that I've really pushed for with Greg Faird and the development team. Kind of taking some hooks we've had in other places and kind of injected new life in the daily contest. I mean, those daily contests been around. It's 10 years now. It's crazy and hard to believe that thing has been around for so long.
Horrible. Come on.
So, things like not bad. Looking up back up the screen, starting here, Rocky Hollow. This very good setup for there's well, it's set up to 32. Typically yields 30 to 31.
We've seen all day long.
Jordan's going to need a lot happen for him to get himself into this cut.
One is ready to hit. Golf for one. An attempt at
Of
birdie.
course.
Ready to tee off. It's golf for one.
Cutter.
No way. Wow. What
For all the guys that are
golf for one. Looking to drive
Snaking
this
switch
ball.
it pretty well.
A nice
Never
shot.
plays it. It might have on does not.
Look at that, Greg Fair, right after. Moments later,
My guy.
top 10 since all-time play, Whispering Valley, Bonnie Moore, Cypress Cove, Sea Springs, Eagle Crest, Summit Lakes, Palm Springs, Rustic Bridge, Key Cove, and Timber Bay.
Very important.
There's a lot of interesting data here.
Wow. Misty Springs.
Target.
Misty is an interesting one. Cypress, I love that course, but again, a lot of these courses are OG. Well, 05, 07, 08, 09.
I mean, I'm looking at 5 of them that were all in the same year with each other. So Cypress, Misty, Eagle are all in the same year, along with Summit and Palm. Yeah, that's all the same year.
So we're Key Cove and Timber Bay. That is some interesting data right there. Not what I expected. Now the next question I'm going to ask and see if Greg can show us is where does Rattlesnake, where does Rockford fall on that? Now granted, Rocky, 10-year-old, of course, which is crazy to say. Rattlesnake, only 7 years old. Hmm. But still, appreciate Greg firing up that data here. That is very interesting.
No kangaroo, and you've had two iterations. So, yeah, it's,
I was just something about that.
shout out my guy Greg. Appreciate that.
Well, left one.
Jordan had a very important shot for himself right here. Hits the rock. That's what you don't want to do if you don't want a 60-foot uphill right one putt, which is my living kryptonite. It's anything long distance, left one, right one, and twos.
One of the only times you can get away with it in the final boss without suffering the wrath. Alright, so Greg was tight on this. Looking for to get some more data, but we'll turn back to that in a little bit. Yeah. And hole four is one of those interesting ones where depending on the tee box you can actually get actually go over to the other side of the rock and just a little
Yes! Come on!
Over here at Green Street in the Palms. Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in to YouTube. We got ourselves 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody being a part of this World Championship. Like I said, this event is second to none. If you've never played one, you're missing out. Get yourself to a Golden Tee World Championship.
Yeah, that's nice.
Also, I'd like to mention our national Golden Tee Tour presented by Power Events. Bringing up the second half of the year coming up. Nashville here in just a few weeks. Very popular tournament. And to the home of God's country, the Carolina Clash, Columbia, South Carolina. These brothers will bring the 7th edition to you, and then we'll finish up the season in Fort Worth, Texas. The top player of the year. Huge loaded year for you guys. Visit www.pegtour.com for more details. A little bit of tournament maintenance going on. This qualifier is moving pretty well. Kevin, everything good?
Yeah, no, all good. We're just taking a look at some things on the back end. And yeah, it's moving pretty fast. 345.
Glad we have the best players in the world together.
That's true.
Getting through it today. We'll see what happens tonight. Everybody's going to have kind of a calm, chill night, and then tomorrow things going to change in here, and we're going to see Desire take the day.
I don't think it'll get there.
Who wants it most?
Golfer one.
To be the Golden Glove champion.
Clancy Grover, 27 under. PBC River Highland. Brandon Robinson, we discussed.
Between the blocks.
See, under 27. Don't see another one.
Close
Go
call
in.
and
Oh.
Here is golfer one. That's a great way to finish a hole. Golfer one is about to take
Nice opportunity here at hole 6. A whole lot of action from Mr. Landon. Just a tad on the right.
So, Kevin, we'll leave you here for.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
better than that. Golfer one with an eagle look.
But for a couple minutes if he wants to, I'm going to take the ball. And I just
So, second, the daily. Let's go.
World Championship. Remember, hit that like button. Be here all day. We're going to speed tournament tonight. It's going to be an exciting time. We had a great time with it last year. I hope you guys join in for that. And then qualifying will be done. We'll start bracket play tomorrow. 11 o'clock in the silver bracket, noon for the championship bracket. I hope everybody tunes in. You're watching the Golden Tee World Championship. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Longino. You know, one of this hole 7 we're taking a look at now, one of the, well, I appreciate the different setups here. One of those holes on the OGTs that you try to get too cute, landing on that little strip right where his icon is, where Jeff's icon is right now. You sometimes fell back too short, end up in the dirt, and then you're taking a birdie.
The magic
Uh,
continued here.
Again, the time and effort that Jim and these guys put into making these new tees and trying to change up these courses, give them a fresh look. Got a lot in store next year,
There was
next
no
Golden
stopping
Tee year, September. I believe it's the 29th, the end of the month. Digital download Monday the 29th for commercial PGA Tour games.
not every
Last
shot goes
year
as
of the
planned.
Golden Tee Live update for commercial and home games. I mentioned this a while ago, but if you have not heard the news, now would be the time to look into getting a conversion kit to take your
Reality.
Golden Tee Live theme to a Golden Tee PGA Tour. More on that later, of course.
On behalf of the entire Golden Tee golf team, I'm Peter Jacobson. Thank
Gonna
you.
challenge
for
CJ
playing
and
Golden Tee
Kirk and
golf.
Matt to get a hole-in-one on par 4 of this course. Oh no.
Oh my God. Gomez.
And that is the one thing that is so hard sometimes to avoid on this course, and that is going to be a tough break for him. But he salvages it with the hole out.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's not what he wanted, but the best case of a bad scenario. So he's going to walk away on that. Happy he got a birdie. The defending world champ. Beautiful chip there by Jeff Lannon. Let's take a look at Gomez. 30, 27, 30, 25. So he is more likely than not going to be in a pretty solid position. But there's still a lot more holes left to play here in Rock Hollow. Another excellent shot. Gomez trying to get that stroke back. All right, so I got some interesting data. Rattlesnake Ridge, the 2018 Golden T4 remastered, 2022 World Champion Paul Luna with his lovely, beautiful, talented wife Rachel, another wonderful commentator we get on the national tour. Clearly embarrassed that she was on the stream. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, looks like Jeff was not expecting for that ball not to drop. Um, Interesting data here. So I'm not sure if you'll hear me, but we have had 643,641 plays on Rattlesnake Ridge over the last 7 years. Seems a little low for that course. Oh, Jordan Cook, there you go, getting some love back. Um, and I gotta say, out of 643,641, Adam Kramer has got to be at least 100,000 of those plays. But we'll have to have Greg check that player count data to see how many DNFs Adam Kramer has on Rattlesnake Ridge. The classic thing to do at a trade show. If you're not playing casual closest to the pin, while talking gold tee and sales, you gotta give a shot at that 35 under or more. Want to give a shout out to Klaus, on behalf of the production team. Oh, Jack Kavanaugh, 100-foot putt. Barely getting that gopher grab in there. We are actually, this is really great data that Greg gave us, and this will be part of kind of more of the historical stuff that we'll share over the world of Fluency Live, especially as we get ready to sunset that sometime in 2026. Rocky Hollow, 1,595,315 games played, number 19 on our list of top courses played. All right, let's see if Mr. Cook can follow up with another little hole out, get some extra strokes back. I do. There's just something about this whole 10. I know sometimes it sets up as drivable with these new tees. Was not the look here today, but there's just something I love about taking a short wood over this rock and just letting that slope play into towards the hole. Back nine action on TBC River Highlands. Let's pull up our leaderboard here. Looks like we only have about 18 people left that need to start TBC River Highlands. It looks like we are all but confirmed from Steve Sobel that it looks like we have all 96 player scores in for Sahara. So we will see what the top score for that course is, as well as what that cut line is. Because the top 32 after today's qualifier going to play for a $30,000 top prize and the title of 2025 Golden Tee World Champion tomorrow. The 64 qualifiers after that will compete in the Silver Bracket Championship. But just because it is not a world title and huge dollars on line does not mean it's not nothing. And I will speak for Mark Gomez, last year's world champ. Oh, Jeff. Damn, that is first mistake I've seen Jeff hit in a while. Um, this hole can set up as very drivable or difficult like this. These guys taking a 7-degree, trying to high tee it and use that bounce. Gomez with that 7-degree, going to get it up there. Probably something Jeff wishes he could have done, but he is playing so well. One little mistake, I don't think is going to really hurt him as they get going on the back nine here. Appreciate everybody joining us live. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. Can't remember if I said it. I hate calling it X. Mark Tate, miss you too, my friend. Another one of the few people I can count on one or two hands that I would trust.
So, come on. Come in.
Man, trying to keep it down. Just kidding, of course. I don't want to get featured endeavored like Chris Longino for 5 seconds earlier. One of the things I really enjoy, especially in Rocky Hollow, is you take a par three that used to be difficult, and with certain tee boxes, you're like, yeah, this is gonna be easy, a little bit easier, and sometimes it get harder. And Owen's full 12, two shots that probably would be redos. I know definitely would be for one of them. Oh, Jeff Lannon making up for that water ball in the last hole with the par three hole one. Again, Jeff, you watch him play, pretty much expect that to happen. Tough break, tough bounce from Mark Gomez. He's got to be careful. You can see he's potentially going to go to the right here because he wants to play it safe. He wants to take that par putt. Not an easy putt, but when you go for that chip and you get stuck on that lip, you're worrying about bogey. So very smart play by the world champ, 2024 world champ. Beautiful double eagle there for Matt Kavanaugh. TBC River Highlands. See if CJ can follow up. Nice 7-mile-an-hour wind to the left, barely to the left. I like the way this looks. Just a bit short. Another one of the rare holes that I feel like didn't really get much harder because it was already tough to begin with. Hole 13, Rocky Hollow. At about most played course as of about 10 minutes ago. 2,682,776 plays on Whispering Valley. Y'all, yes, the World Championship poles are available for sale for people in the venue. But thanks to our wonderful sales team and our general counsel, we put together a square for a square reader. And depending on what we have left when we get back to Chicago, we will potentially offer some of those up for sale for folks that couldn't make it. One of those things where, as a whole, as we work on a lot of things, trying to step up our merch game. So we appreciate all of you for joining us. Appreciate everyone who's bought stuff over the last couple of years. Appreciate it. Oh, Matt Kavanaugh going for another pull up. Just hit outside. But appreciate Andy Coolman putting in a lot of hard work on a variety of fronts, much less working with Cleo Shine, our social media specialist, putting together a lot of the designs and merch that we have available here this weekend. Tough break for Gomez. You saw it as soon as he hit his putt, he knew that it was right. Interesting look here, 14. Jeff gonna do a high tee wood here. Gonna play it off. I think he was hoping to hit the rough there, but had a safe little bounce with the bite on there. Not gonna have too bad of a putt, but see what these other gentlemen do. You gotta be careful. You obviously want to make sure, just like the original shot was to the right, under or over those little arc of rocks. With the season 10 set, you want to make sure that you don't just clip that rock right away. I really like this shot. Put himself maybe a little bit past 10 feet for the putt there. And for Gomez, who just unfortunately missed his putt on the last hole, good opportunity to make a run, get that stroke back. A little bit too straight on that one. Wasn't able to play the wind as much as he would have liked. It's still a pretty solid shot. Wishing that this wind was 15 miles an hour to the left here on 15, making this thing potentially drivable, but unfortunately not the case. Could get it pretty close and get a clean enough C3, but don't think it's going to be worth it. Jordan's down a couple strokes, and frankly, you're not going to. You get that wind blowing left, you have a much better position to go after this, but